Hello folks, Iggy's here. Just want to give a quick update. So I'm gonna be coin roll hunting these pennies. Went to the bank a while back and just put them aside. Just got to them right now. But basically, they didn't have a box, but they were able to scrape up 50 rolls. So interesting enough, all the rolls were at some point open already. So these are re-rolled rolls. Maybe somebody already returned them. They were hunting for Wheaties, but I checked a couple of rolls and there's definitely coppers in there. Copper, pre 1982 pennies. So maybe somebody was just hunting for wheats instead of copper in general. But that's what I'm going to be doing too. I'm just going to be looking for wheats and possibly errors. I don't have any care for the copper pennies. I'm not going to hoard them. But anyways, so there's 20. So there's 10 here. These are NFC re-rolls. So these are NFC 1, 2, so 21. Then there is, interesting enough, coin tainer, about 10 of those, and then about another 19 of customer wrapped rolls like these. So I guess these are like bank rolls, or they buy them in the shop. So there's about 19 of those. I'm gonna start with those and then work my way through those. But that's gonna be in the near future. It's obviously not gonna be done right away. For you guys, probably right away. But anyways, let's move on. So a couple of days ago, or last week I should say, or a couple of weeks ago, my co-worker buddy of mine actually brought 3 mason jars of change to go through. So I went through those and I found a couple of interesting things, especially pennies, the wheats. There was no silver. There was no silver dimes, no silver quarters or silver nickels. But I did find some wheats and some other interesting pennies. So the wheats are 40. So let's see. There's a 40. Can't even focus. 44 plain, 45 plain, in decent shapes. 47 plain. So 44 is the oldest. Sorry. 53D, 54, bunch of 56, and bunch of 57s. Then there's a 71S in good shape, actually. And then I found a couple of ones that are in really good shape, like this 1960 plain. It's got all the, luster and all the, copper shine and everything. So that looks pretty good. 78, also in okay shape compared to other ones that I've seen in all those 3 mason jars. So that's pretty cool. Then there's a bunch of 09 cents. I think I found only 3. But that's pretty cool. And then there's this thing. So that's the bag of the other pennies and dimes and nickels that I found for the possible error years and mint marks. So I just put them aside. I'm going to go through them with a microscope and look for those errors whenever I can. But until then, that's about it. I'll go through the pennies and I'll let you guys know what happened. Until then, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Alright, so I'm back. These are the finds that I found going through the pennies coin roll hunting. Let's start with the foreign coins. So we have Canadians. There's a 52, 64, 68, 75, 78, 2 of those actually. 84, 88, 93 I believe, yes. 2000, 2004, in really good condition by the way, 2004. 2005, 2007, then there was a 2 euro cent and 5 centavos from Mexico in 1974. And I think 2 cents are from 2006. I'm not sure which country, but it doesn't really matter. Then there were 2009 Lincoln varieties, bicentennial birth of Lincoln. So there's these, then There's a couple of those, and then there's like some of them are in good condition, some of them not so. So that's those. Then we have a couple of visual errors that I could notice, like this one, for example. You could tell it's stamped, it's an offset stamp, because you could see the rim on the bottom right, and on the top left there's no rim. So this one is like opposite of that, 1973. Then this one, 1991, is kind of like the first one, same way stamped, with the offset. Then there's a mangled dime that I found, so that was always a pleasant surprise. You're always 9 cents richer whenever you find this type of find. Now let's move on to the weeds and the S mint marks. So we actually had a lot, which was pretty cool. So the oldest one was 1919, plain. Then 1926D. Then there's a 1929. Then there were a couple, 1942, I think 3. Yep. Then 1942D, 1945, plain, 1950, plain, 1951, plain, and 2 1951Ds. Then there was a 1952D, then a 1953 plain, 1954D, a couple of 1955Ds, 1955 plain, 1950, what is that? Is that 50D? No, 56D, 57 plain, 58 plain, and 58D. Then they're on to the mint, to the S mint marks. There's a 1944S, which is a weedy. Then there's a couple of 1969S's, I think 2 of those. Then, there's another 1969S in really good condition. It looks really cool. Then there's a 1971S, also in good condition. 1970, is that 3? I think it's a 3. 1973S and a 1974S. I think, yeah, one of those. So yeah, that's about it. Pretty cool finds, really cool. I'm happy I did it. It's a tedious process, but it's fun, and it's not that expensive to do if you're planning to do it. It's only $25, and it's about 2,500 of them. So, well, not about it. So it should be exactly 2,500. So it should be fun. They're dirty. There's some filthy ones, but overall, pretty cool. So that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'll be doing plenty more of these cornrow hunting things, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.